Namaste, namaste, and welcome to week 4 of our Wednesday yoga practice. And today we are doing our spirals, but our class focus is very much rolling around on the floor and exploring our bodies and their relationships to gravity, and also using the floor to support the body, but to massage the body as well. So particularly for those of us who haven't been to a massage appointment for some time now, 16 months, 18 months, 2 years, who knows how long, then this will be quite therapeutic. So when you're ready, you can join me lying down on your mat, just lying down on your back. And here, if you have the feet on the floor to do a little bit of supporting, and the arms out to the side, just begin by bringing your body to a steady center, feeling the weight of the body on the floor, the support of the floor, and perhaps allowing yourself to let go and release into the floor. Take this moment to step away from all of the other things going on around you, in your home, in your life, and bring yourself to the center of your yoga space. Switch your hats. Put your yogini hat on. Allow yourself to become aware of how your body feels in this moment. Observe areas of stiffness or tension or discomfort, areas that are sensitive, that are talkative. Notice at least one area of the body that is quiet, spacious, at ease. Notice if you've got tension across your face. Try to soften the face and the jaw and the chest. And then just become aware of the breath that you're breathing right now. Observe the movement of your breath in your body. Even when your body's in stillness, the breath is moving. The body is never truly still. When you're ready, you can gently deepen your breath. As you exhale, gently drawing your navel in to ease that fuller exhalation. And then breathing deeply into the rib cage, the collarbones, the shoulder blades. Breathing out long and slow and complete, using that gentle engagement across the navel. Breathing into the sides of the body, the chest, the back. Breathing out long and slow, deep and complete. Breathing in, let your breath find every space that is available through the torso. As you breathe out, soften your shoulders, your face, your jaw. Use your abdominal muscles. Keep breathing in this way. Energizing your practice by drawing prana in, galvanizing that centered energy. Ready for our movements. Then when you're ready, you can just gently roll your nose from one side to the other, just to free the space at the back of the neck, maybe into the shoulders. As you roll the head, perhaps your movements get a little bit bigger, if that's available easily to you. And you might feel the connections between your movement and the other parts of the body. How far down the back can you feel the movement of the neck as you turn to one side and then the other? When you're ready, you can bring your head back to center, and we're going to gather the knees into the chest one at a time. So one knee in, hold on to it, the other knee in, and begin just by massaging out the back of the body by rolling the knees in a circle. Making circles with the knees, rather. Just ignore me. I've muddled my words this morning. Okay, and we're going to roll the opposite way as well, just beginning to get that sense of massaging behind the body. And here today, if you feel inclined to work with your knees absolutely together, you can. Knees apart is also fine. Find your space. Listen to your body, see what it needs, or do a bit of both, which is always an option. Then we're going to free the knees. So we're going to leave the legs where they are, relax our arms down. Maybe give your feet a little bit of action. So not soft feet, a little bit of action, not fully flexed. And then roll the knees in those circles again, knees going in the same direction. I like to have my knees a little bit apart for this, but we're using our core muscles, our abdominal muscles, the sides of the body, the back of the body, to make that movement. So we're awakening our centers. Let's go in the opposite direction as well. Feel what you can feel as you move. And then we're going to bring our legs back to center and make our knees go in different directions. So you can extend through the legs a little bit, moving one out and around and then the other. And as you do this, perhaps a little bit more conscious effort in the center of the body, using your abdominal muscles to support. Let's go the opposite way as well. So whichever way you're making your circles, go the opposite way too. You might find that your shoulders need to become a little heavier to stabilize this movement higher up the body. Relaxing the back of the head down, the back of the neck, not active here. And when you're ready, coming back to center, we're going to put the right foot down on the floor and allow the left leg to make big circles. So you can keep your knee as soft or as long as you like. Big circles with the left leg and doing the circle that suits you the best. So don't overdo it. Remember to hang on here with your core muscles and make your right foot strong into the floor, the right leg nice and stable, whichever direction you're going in, going the opposite way. And notice if that feels the same in your hip. Perhaps it feels slightly different. Perhaps this side needs a smaller circle so you don't get any clunking or uncomfortable clicking. That's okay. Just take care of your movement. Move in a way that suits your body. We'll do one more around, leaving the left leg up towards the ceiling. So we just get that sense of length down the back of the leg. Extend through the knee a little if you can. If that means bringing your leg down, that's okay. And then roll your foot at the ankle. A few times in each direction. Going the opposite way when you're ready. Coming back to center, lengthening your legs still further if you can, and then lowering that long straight leg down to the mat. As the heel touches down, slide your foot in so that your left foot is supported on the floor. Notice the difference between the two sides of the body. And we'll do the same thing with the right. So we're extending the right leg, a little softness in the knee if you need to, making big circles with the right leg. It's really stirring that thigh bone in the hip socket, really firm in the center of the body, and the left foot into the floor as well. That's where we're hanging on. That's where we're creating our foundation from which to move safely. Whichever direction you're going in, go the opposite way as well. And take care of any clicks or clunks, just moving around them, adjusting your movement so that you either don't have them or they don't feel uncomfortable. I've got a clunk in this direction. And then when you're ready, you can bring your right leg up, extending through the back of the knee and rolling your left ankle a couple of times in this direction and going the opposite way as well. And then we're going to gently extend through the back of that leg and allow the heel to come down towards the floor. Sliding your heel in. Both feet are on the floor. Take the feet nice and wide. And then here, just allowing the knees to sway from side to side. And it's the beginnings of a movement, so it doesn't need to be a full twist. We're just swaying, releasing any tension from the hip flexors perhaps, or from the back of the body. And as you move from side to side, be aware of what happens across your abdominal muscles and into your obliques at the sides here. You can even rest your hands there to feel them activating. So you're aware of the movements of the legs and how they attach into the torso, what moves, what stabilizes, what strength can you draw on for support. When you're ready, you can bring your knees back to the center. Heels can come back towards the body a little bit. We're going to draw the elbows down by the sides, roll the backs of the arms and shoulders down, gently press the head down. Lift your chest as much as you feel able to with your upper arm power, and then pressing into the heels to roll the hips up and gently roll the hips down. So rolling bridge pose, coming up and down, keeping that activity in the upper body so that we've got that support, that strength there to build on, but noticing what fires in the lower body as well. So we're active in the upper body all of the time, but the buttocks, perhaps the hamstrings, the low back, those muscles fire just as we raise and lower. This time coming all the way up and hula hooping your hips just a little. We're going to come back to this movement later in the practice, going the opposite way as well. And then in your center, allowing the hips to come all the way down. We're going to extend both legs so that they're long on the mat. Feet can be closer together here, arms down by the sides. And then as you breathe in, reach your arms up, extend through your heels, press your low back down. As you breathe out, relax the arms down to the side, relax the back, relax the feet. Let's do one more like that. Breathing in, reaching the arms up, extend through the heels, press your low back down towards the mat. It might not go all the way, that's fine. Exhaling, arms down to the sides and relaxing the feet. This time we're going to point the toes and let the back come away from the mat. Breathe in, point your toes, reach your arms over, low back sways away from the mat. And breathing out, arms to the sides, feet relaxed. One more time like that. Breathing in, pointing the toes, reaching the arms, stretching the front of the body, and breathing out, reaching the arms back down. And here, sliding the feet in again, so that the feet are on the floor, the knees are supported, reaching the arms out to the side and taking a moment to find that long, deep breath again, bringing the body to stillness. And noticing the effect of just these small movements, this limbering, this initial investigation of the body. And when you're ready, you can bring your knees off the floor or feet off the floor one at a time, knees together, arms out to the side, and let's just further challenge our centers. So for anyone who wants to, this next section can be done with the feet on the floor. But if you want to give yourself that just a little bit extra challenge, then knees can hover anywhere from directly over the hips back towards the chest, wherever is comfortable for you to hold. The feet don't have to be high up either. They can be dropped down if you like to. My Pilates days take me back to having the feet hovering a little higher as well. So a little firmness across the belly, firming the backs of the shoulders and the backs of the arms down as well, and gently swaying the knees, which are now together from side to side. Again, we're not trying to get anywhere just yet. We're just doing our initial investigation. How does this movement differ from what we've done throughout the class so far? What do you have to use for support? Where can you gather strength and stability? When you're ready, you can allow your knees to go a little bit further, perhaps reaching towards the floor or even all the way down to the floor if you're ready for that. Again, just moving from side to side, using the arms for leverage and support, using the tummy muscles, and whatever else you can draw on. The next time your knees come down on your left side, allow them to go all of the way to the floor. And it doesn't matter if the right shoulder comes off the floor, but try to soften it down. So have the effect of it, the intention of softening down. And we're going to extend the right leg towards the left hand. And then as you bend the right knee, gather the left knee up, press into the left arm to bring the knees back to center, all the way over to the other side. Soften the left shoulder down, extend the left leg towards the right hand. As you bend the left knee, gather the other knee with it, come back to center, rolling all the way over. So we're going from side to side. We're using our pendulum leg to create a bit of momentum so that we can make this movement with a little less effort, if that makes sense. So it's not as challenging because we've used part of the body to help. Now, if like me, you shunt down your mat, that's okay. A little gentle wiggle down the mat. I always end up quite close to the bolster at the other end. But just observing for the next of 2 to each side, how it feels in the back of the body as you go. And perhaps you notice that as you work, your shoulders become more stable, perhaps even a little bit closer to the mat as you've extended through the sides of the body. This time, as you come over to the left, extend your right foot towards the foot end of your mat and sit up into Janu Shirshasana. So I need to shift back to my center for that. Adjust the hair, adjust the clothing, whatever works for you. So we've come up, we've got the left knee still bent, the right leg extended, we're sitting, and we're going to do this from side to side as well. So Paul Morag had a lot of this on Saturday already, but let's hope that she can manage again. So we're going to slide the left arm along the floor, gather the right knee in, roll all the way to the opposite side, extend the left leg. Use your arms for support to come up to sitting, Janu Shirshasana, pointing in the opposite direction. And then slide the right arm along the floor, gather the left knee in, roll all the way to the opposite side and sit up. Let's go from side to side. So this will be our second time over to the right. And we're going to do 2 more, just with this movement. That's it. And it becomes a little bit more graceful the more that we do it. And it's again that sense of momentum. We're still using those core muscles for support. We're still using the arms. And this time we come up to the right side. We're going to go down over to the left and add a side bend. So we're reaching the right arm to the right and the left arm over. Very good. And we're going to use this 2 times to each side. So this is our first side, maybe 3 times to each side. reaching the left arm down, gathering the right knee in, rolling all the way over, extending the right arm over as we lean to the left, coming back to the center, rolling to the opposite side, reaching over. Very good. Let's do one more to each side so that we end up having done 3 to each side. And then we'll add something else because it's fun and we can. Aces. Very good. So this time we are going to come to the left and do our gentle side bend. And then here in our side bend, we're going to do a little bit of investigating. So with the right hand supporting on the floor, just gently rolling the left shoulder backwards and forwards, perhaps just finding a space that feels really good, or just those muscles down the side of the body have done quite a lot of work in this practice. So just finding some way to release them as well. A little bit of support and movement through the neck. And when you're ready, you can come back to center. We're going to take the left hand down behind us, reach the right hand in front, lift the hips, and make a big circle with the right hand. Come back to sitting. Okay, so we're in Janu Shirshasana. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, but we're going to add elements. So at the moment we're rolling and we're using a side bend as well. So when we go to the right, we're going to roll. We're going to reach over into our side bend and do a little circle of the arm backwards and forwards, which we can practice here on the left side. And then take the left hand behind us and do a little circle of the arm backwards and forwards in the baby wild thing, coming back to the center. Okay, so we'll do our investigation down the side of the body on the right side, and then we'll move side to side doing a little bit of this. So sliding your left arm down, gather the right knee in, roll to the opposite side, leaning all the way over, and here just rolling the right shoulder backwards and forwards. You can keep your left knee nice and soft. Do whatever feels good to you. You can use your left arm for support if you need to. Allow your neck to be free to move here as well. And then when you're ready, coming back to your center, taking the right hand behind you, just doing our first exploratory wild thing. Nice big circle, lifting the hips, releasing the hips down. And then we're going to come into that side bend to the left, reach around the body in a big arm circle with the right arm, one in each direction. And then use that circle to bring ourselves up to center, take the right hand down behind us, reach the left arm up, nice big circle in each direction with the left arm in the baby wild thing. Coming back to center, we're going to roll to the opposite side. We're going to do our gentle side bend and full arm circle in each direction with the left arm. Come back to center, place the left hand down behind, come into baby wild thing, find that stability under the body, press down into the left shin and foot, make your big arm circle with the right arm in each direction. Slide to the opposite side. So when you're ready, coming over to the opposite side, side bend over to the left, big arm circle. It doesn't matter which way you go first, with your right arm. Use that arm circle to come back to center, place the right hand down behind you, lift into your baby wild thing. Feel the buttocks active. Feel the underneath of the body supporting. Coming back to center. Let's do one more to each side. Rolling all the way over, side bending with your big arm circles. I love these big arm circles. They're so expressive. So good for our upper backs and chests. Left hand down, lifting in the baby wild thing. Opening in the front of the body, using your neck as part of the movement as well. One more time to the right, rolling all the way over. Side bend with your big arm circles, each direction. Drawing the body back to center to place the right hand down, firming the space underneath the body, firming the top of the right foot and shin into the floor, big arm circles. Coming back to the center, we're going to roll onto our backs all the way over to the left. I know. And then from here, we're going to extend the right leg as well. So we've got both legs extended, and hopefully this doesn't feel too stiff, but if you want to soften your knees, you absolutely can. So don't be uncomfortable here. Try to sit tall. You can even use something underneath the buttocks if you've got it to hand. So here we're going to take our cactus arms. And the idea of cactus arms is to allow us to open the chest and draw the shoulder blades back behind the body towards each other to keep that position of the upper back. So here we're going to soften the right knee and then twist towards the right and then fold a little bit, drawing the left elbow towards the right knee. Now, I'm not here, nobody's getting here. We're just in that direction. We're going to press through the right leg and use the body to return to center. Extend the right leg, bend the left knee. Twist first, then fold, elbow towards the knee. Return to center, pressing through the left leg, extend the left leg. Bend the right knee, twist and fold. Use that space between the shoulder blades, press through the right leg to return to center. And the opposite side, twist and fold. Returning to center. Let's do 3 more to each side. So soften the right leg, twist and fold, chest is still open, space between the shoulder blades working, return to center, swap legs, twist and fold. Little firmness in the belly to help. Twist and fold to the right. And twist and fold to the left. 1 more to each side. But the upper backs are getting a bit tired now. Don't worry, we're going to do something for them in a moment. Returning to center, we're going to twist over the right leg and just place the hands down. So it's a gentle turning towards the right. And then soften the right knee and roll the right ankle. And if you want to, just allow your upper body to roll like a one-legged octopus. Now here, don't try to keep your left foot pointing up at the ceiling and really rigid. We don't want to anchor that hip. We want the left side of the body to respond, to move with us as we move here. Whichever way you're going, go the opposite way as well. And it's a little sort of pulsing. You can wriggle anything that needs wriggling. And when you've done a few in each direction, we're going to bring ourselves back to the center. So you can use your hands to bring you up to the center. Just feel the difference between the 2 sides of the body. We're going to gently twist to the left, fold a little bit forward, just a little bit. We're not aiming to get our chest down onto our knees. Soft in the left knee, rolling through the left ankle and allowing the body to respond. So allowing the right hip to respond, the leg to respond, the upper body to respond, torso. And you will find that this is very good for beginning to just work out a little bit of that tension in the back of the body. Let's go the opposite way as well. Very good. And if you're doing a little gentle sway, that's fine. You don't need to do any more than that. It's all good. Okay. And then we're going to gently bring ourselves back to the center. We're going to twist towards the right again, and this time placing the hands wherever is comfortable. Have this sense of lifting and scooping up with the belly muscles as you fold forward. Again, allowing your left toes to turn in as you fold forward over your right leg if you want to. You can reach now to wherever feels comfortable. So if you want to go a little deeper, that's okay. We're still thinking about lengthening. So as opposed to rounding through the upper back, all of that cactus arms allowed us to really activate those muscles in the upper back. So keep them active here. Notice what's happening with them. And if you want to, you can just gently sway your upper body from side to side, which might allow you to find just a little bit more space to come a little lower if you want to, but there's no obligation. There's no prize for getting down further. Do what feels good to your body. And when you're ready, if you want to, you can hold in stillness for a couple of deep breaths here. A touch of lift in your belly muscles will give you a little bit more opportunity to find space. But do what feels right for you. Little gentle twist of the head from side to side, just to make sure the neck is nice and free. And again, noticing if you're still, the breath is still moving. If you're still, the breath is still moving. The breath is always moving. How does your body respond to that breath? When you're ready, you can gently bring yourself back to sitting in the center. And here in the center, we're just going to move the body in a slightly different way. So we're going to bring the feet together. I'm going to turn myself to the side. They don't have to be together, but in maybe just outside the width of the body. Turn the hands backwards and then take a tabletop position, or reverse tabletop. So lifting the hips up, looking up, pressing down into the hands. You can give your hips a little bit of a wiggle from side to side, and then just gently releasing down. And if you feel like it's useful, you can roll the shoulder blades together and do it one more time. Lifting with the buttocks, lifting the hips, maybe shuggling the head or perhaps the hips from side to side, and then coming down. And we will come to our wide leg position again so that we can do our forward fold over the left leg. So in your wide leg position, lift tall, feel that action that created the cactus arms as you twist over the left leg and gently fold to wherever is comfortable for you. You can keep the back of the left knee soft to do this, no problem at all. Always trying to find ways to soften and support in the body so that you can be comfortable and at ease wherever you are. Firm the belly just to see if that gives you a little bit more space, and if you want to, gently swaying, just a little snaking to again find space. Whenever you feel ready, you can hold, or perhaps you need to make some more movements. But if you're able to hold, observing the movement of your breath. And then again, when you're ready, gently bringing yourself out of this forward bend. So we never want to exit swiftly, gently coming out of this forward bend. And we're going to come down now onto our tummies. So the best way I've found to do this is to bring your left leg next to your right leg and just swing yourself round onto your belly. When you come onto your belly, relaxing the back of the head, sorry, the forehead to the back of the hands, toes turned towards each other, heels turned apart. Take this moment in stillness to feel the effects of your practice. Some deep breathing to allow your body the opportunity to absorb those effects, to absorb the information that you've given your nervous system. Relaxing the face, the jaw, the chest. Very good. When you're ready, you can bring your feet back towards each other. And we'll just do a little bit of leg lifting to begin with. So pressing the right foot down, lift the left leg up. It doesn't need to be high. Feel what happens in the back of the body to allow that to happen. And then gently lower the left leg, press the left foot down, lift the right leg up. We're going to try and keep the upper body really passive. So allow the right leg to come down, let the head be heavy and the arms and chest be heavy. Press the right foot down, lift the left leg up. And releasing down. Press the left foot down, lift the right leg up. And down. Let's do 3 more to each side, 2 more to each side. Press right foot down, lift left, and down. Press left foot down, lift right. And release. 1 more time to each side. Pressing down, right, lifting left. Pressing down, left, lifting right. And then in the center, after that effort, just let the toes fall together, the heels fall apart, and take a couple of deep breaths. See if you can be aware of what parts of your body have made the most effort to make that shape, to make it stable, to make it accessible. Relaxing the jaw and the shoulders and the buttocks. Give your hips a little wiggle from side to side. We don't want too much effort in that area without being able to release it in between. So we do want to make effort there, but not without release. Okay, so this time we're going to do our leg lifts, but we're going to add an element. So draw the thighs towards each other, press the right foot down, let the upper body be heavy, lift the left leg up, and then at the top of your movement, just gently bend your knees so the heel and toe of the foot comes a little higher. Extend through the left leg to lower, press the left foot down, lift the right leg, and at the top of the movement, just gently bend the knee to lift the toe a little higher. Releasing down and swapping to the other side. So this time as we do it, pressing the right foot down, lifting the left leg, as you bend your knee, notice what happens underneath your buttock at the top of your thigh. And then lengthen the leg and lower. Press the left foot down, lift the right leg up. Notice what happens as you bend your knee. What activates? Where do you feel that? Lengthen the leg and lower. 1 more time to each side. Right presses down, left lifts. Bending the knee. Lengthen and lower. Press down with the left, lift the right. Bend the knee. Lengthen and lower. Turn the toes towards each other, heels apart. Do a little shimmer with the hips. And then we'll bring the thighs together and we're going to add another element still. So letting the upper body be nice and heavy, pressing the right foot down, lift the left leg, bend your knee, and then reach the left foot across the body towards the right. Doesn't have to get anywhere in particular, but lift your left hip away from the floor. Feel the core muscles switch on to support that. And then roll back to the center, lengthen the left leg, release the left foot down. Press the left foot into the floor, lift the right leg, bend the knee and reach the right toes across the body to the left. Lift the right hip away from the floor. Feel what happens to make that a nice strong position, and then release the right hip down, lengthen the right leg, foot to the floor. Press the right foot down, lift the left leg, bend the knee and reach. And return to center, lengthen your leg and lower. Press the left foot down, lift the right leg, bend the knee and reach. Return to center, lengthen the leg and lower. I've shunted down the mat, so I'm going to move up a little bit. So we're going to do this one more time to each side and then add something else. So firming the right foot into the floor, lift the left leg, bend the knee, reach. Return, lengthen, lower, press down, lift right, bend knee and reach. Return, lengthen, lower. This time, as you come up and reach, you're going to roll all the way over onto your back. So lengthen your right arm out of the way, come all the way over onto your back. The right knee is on the right foot is on the floor, knee bent. Left knee can bend in as well. Arms reaching out to the side, and just gently sway the knees all the way to one side, all the way to the other, a couple of times. So it's just gentle twisting sway. And then coming back to center, lengthen the right arm and the right leg. Press the left foot into the floor to roll onto your belly again. And in the center, just lie in stillness to take a breath in and a breath out. Press the left foot down, lift the right leg, bend the knee, reach the foot over, lengthen the left arm out of the way so that you can roll easily onto your back, arms out to the side, bend the left foot in, and gently sway the knees all the way to one side, all the way to the other, all the way to one side. Little firmness in the belly, all the way to the other. In the center, lengthen the left arm and leg. Use the right toes pressing into the ground to roll yourself back onto your mat. And in the center of the mat, take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Press the right foot down. Lift the left leg, bend your knee, reach the left toes over, lengthen the right arm over your head. So it's out of the way so you can easily roll onto your back, slide your right foot in, and this time lift the hips up. So pressing down into the hips and lower. Do one more rolling bridge up and down. Lengthen right arm and leg, press off the left toes to roll back onto your belly. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Press the left foot down, lift the right leg, bend your knee, reach the right leg over, extend the left arm so you can easily roll onto your back. Slide the left foot in, lift the hips and lower. One more time, lift the hips and lower. Extend left arm and leg, press off the right foot, roll onto your belly and take a couple of deep breaths here. So we're going to do this a couple more times to each side, but we're going to do both the twist and the bridge when we get onto our backs. And we're going to make the bridge a little, oh no, sorry, ignore me. We're going to do hula hooping bridges when we get there. That will be a nice combination of both things. Okay, so thighs towards each other. Reach your right arm out. Leave your head on the back of your left hand. Press your right foot down, lift the left, bend your knee. Just reach your toes over to roll onto your back, slide your right leg in, lift your hips, and just do yourself a hula hooping bridge in both directions. So reversing direction, maybe 2 or 3 times in each direction. When you come down, lengthen the right arm and leg, press off the left foot, come back to the center, lengthen the left arm out of the way, head onto the back of the right hand, press the left foot down, lift the right leg, bend your knee, roll as you reach the foot over, slide the left leg in, lift the hips, hula hoopy hips, 2 or 3 times in each direction. Hopefully that feels great when you do it. Lengthen the left arm and leg, press off the right foot to roll onto your belly again. Leave your head on the back of your left hand, extend your right arm and leg, press the foot down, lift the left leg, bend your knee, reach the toes over to roll, slide your right leg in, come up into your bridge for hula hoopies. If you have a different bridge variation you prefer, you can use that. Make sure you go in both directions. When you come down, extend the right arm and leg, press off the left foot to roll onto your belly. Take the right hand underneath the forehead, extend through the left leg, press the left arm, left leg press to the mat, lift the right leg, bend your knee, reach the toes over. Last time, rolling onto your back, sliding the left foot in, hula hooping your hips in your bridge pose, 2 or 3 times in each direction. And then when you're ready, releasing the hips down, extending the left arm and leg, pressing off the right foot, rolling onto your belly, toes towards each other, heels apart, and really let the body rest for a nice softening deep breath or 2, exhaling through your mouth if you like to, really softening the jaw, the belly muscles, and your buttocks. You can give your hips a bit of a shimmer if you'd like to. Whenever you feel ready, and if you need a few extra moments, that's okay. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, bring yourself up to hands and knees. If you want to take a child's pose, that's great. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. We're going to tuck the toes under from hands and knees position and just make a few hip circles around the mat. And that's just to make sure we don't have any tension from the previous practice, going the opposite way as well. From here, I think we'll probably all take a child's pose. So toes towards each other, knees out to the side, settling the hips down, reaching the hands forward, taking the forehead to the floor. We take this child's pose because it doesn't round the back so much, but if you want to, you can bring your knees closer together, and as you drape your spine forward over your thighs, that will round your low back, that will stretch out if you have any feelings of tightness in the bottom of the back. We're going to bring ourselves tented onto our right fingertips. So right fingertips onto the floor to lift the arm away from the floor, and then just lifting the head enough to slide the left hand, back of the hand down, palm up, over to that right side. So a little twist through the upper back, settle the right elbow or right arm towards the floor as much as feels comfortable. Settle the left side of the head towards the floor. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Tenting your fingertips again. We're going to slide the left hand back to the center, reach the left hand forward, tent the fingertips of the left hand and slide the back of the right hand underneath the left arm. Right side of the head to the floor. Soften the left arm when you get there. Just here, noticing where you're feeling length. Taking a deep breath or 2. When you're ready, you can tent the left fingertips. Slide the right hand back. Reach the right hand forward to where the left hand is. Spread your fingers out. Start with your forehead down on the floor. And then we're going to bring ourselves up to hands and knees and bring the knees just a little bit closer together. And then take the hips back towards the heels, toes tucked under here. We're just going to move between this extended child's pose, or puppy dog sometimes it's called, and then lifting the hips forward, lifting the belly muscles as we bring the hips all the way to the front, shoulders over the hands. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other to open the chest, and then soften the elbows, pressing through, lengthening the hips towards the heels, forehead back towards the floor. So we're going from extended child's pose or puppy into up dog if you want to. A cobra is what I prefer. Little tucked in elbows, hips on the floor, knees on the floor. Use your belly muscles to move between the two. Rounding through the spine, opening the chest. It's like a really extended version of the cat pose, cat-cow. Gently forwards and backwards. One more time. As you come forward this time, perhaps just resting in the back bend for a little sway of the shoulders from side to side. That's optional, you don't need to do it if you don't want to. Coming back to your extended child's pose, and then from here into downward facing dog. So extending the hips up, maybe walking the feet in if you want to, scooping the belly in, thinking about fingertips, heels of the hands, using that power in the arms, paddling through the backs of the legs. Maybe looking under your shoulders, letting the head turn. And then from here, from our downward facing dog, we're going to walk the feet forwards to the hands. So we come into a forward bend. And here we can hold elbow to elbow, or we can drape the backs of the hands towards the floor. Soften the knees. There's no need to have long, straight legs here. If you want to, and it's comfortable, you can, of course. Do perhaps a little sway of the upper body from side to side. So just as we did sitting down over our wide legs, we shimmered the upper body from side to side. We can do that here in this forward bending standing position. And then to come up, bend the knees really deeply, tuck your chin to your chest, scoop your belly muscles in, press your feet into the floor and around through your spine to come up to standing. If you are not dizzy, then reach the arms over the head, looking up, bring the palms together and bring the hands to the center of the chest. If you are dizzy, simply bring your hands to the center of your chest, and then we'll all bring our chins towards our chests. Take a few moments here. You can close your eyes if you're not dizzy, smile gently to yourself, and then release your head back to center, your arms down to your side. And we're standing in Tadasana at the front or back even of our mats. Okay guys, so we're going to do a little standing flow just to finish off. So all of that preparation that we've done with our bodies, with our hips, with our twisting and spiraling, we're going to use it now in a little standing flow. So turning to the, wherever is good for you, the front, rolling the palms of the hands forward, lifting in the belly a little, lifting through the crown of the head. Take this moment just to notice, to allow the body to arrive in standing, but also to notice the effect of your practice, to give your body a few breaths to absorb that information. And then we're going to breathe in and reach the arms out and up, looking up. Breathe out, bring the palms down at the center of the chest. Breathe in, reach the hands back, just straight up. Separate the hands and breathe out as we drop the shoulders down. Head can come to a neutral spot. Breathe in as you lean over to the left side. Breathe out back to the center. Breathe in over to the right. Breathe out back to the center. One more time to each side. Breathing in as you lean. Breathing out as you return. Breathing in as you lengthen. Breathing out as you return. Gentle twist first to the left, to the right, doesn't matter which way. Coming back to the center. Twisting to the opposite side. Soften the knees and reaching the arms wide from the body. Breathing out back to the center. One more time to each side. Breathing in as you twist. Breathing out as you return. Breathing in as you twist. Breathing out as you return. Breathe in, open your chest. Breathe out, bend your knees deeply. Come into a squatting chair pose. Here, just take a few breaths to wiggle your pelvis backwards and forwards so that you can find, by rolling the pelvis, where is your neutral spot. Wherever your neutral spot is, firm that space between the shoulder blades, firm the belly, firm the feet into the floor, and then very gently roll all the way down into a forward bend. Here in your forward bend, just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to bend the knees again, a little bit deeper this time, really firming in the buttocks as well, reaching the hands forward. And then in our much lower chair pose, take the weight onto the right foot by lifting the left heel and lower. Weight onto the left foot, lifting the right heel and lower. Weight onto left, lifting right heel and lower. Weight onto right, lifting left heel and lower. One more time to each side. Firm in that space between the shoulder blades, firm in the belly. And then from here, folding into your forward bend again. We're going to place the hands on the floor, step back into our downward facing dog. And you can either drop the knees or from your downward dog, do a waving vinyasa. So soft knees, dropping the hips down, pressing off the feet to roll through the spine. As the shoulders come over the hands, opening your chest to look forward, soft elbows, soft knees. And then coming back the opposite way. Do it from your knees or from your downward facing dog, it doesn't matter. From downward dog, walking your feet all the way forward to the hands. And then to come up from here, soft knees and rolling up as we press through the feet, rolling up through the spine as you come up to standing, hands to namaste if you're dizzy, or if not, breathing in to reach the arms overhead. Breathing out to bring the hands back to the center of the chest. Take a moment here. And then we'll do something similar but different. So breathing in, taking the arms out and up, reaching up, firm belly, firm buttocks. Breathing out, hands to the center of the chest. Breathing in, reach the arms straight up. Breathing out as you separate the hands and drop the shoulders down the back. Breathing in, open your chest by looking up. Breathing out, coming into chair pose as deeply as feels comfortable to you. Here, again, we're taking the weight onto one foot, but we're going to come into twisted dancer. So taking your weight onto your left foot, free the right knee, drop your arms to cactus arms and twist the left elbow to the right knee. Lovely. We're going to come back to chair pose in the center. And then taking the weight onto the right foot, free the left foot, cactus elbows, turning right elbow to left knee. Coming back to the center, back to chair pose. Coming to the opposite side. It's just that sort of almost like a bounce, a really slow, steady, but almost continuous movement between chair and transferring the weight to come into twisted dancer on the other side. Wobbling is absolutely fine. We'll do one more to each side. Firm in that belly, firm in the space between the shoulder blades, using all of that strength that we've worked on through the class for stability, all of those spirals, all of that openness. In the center this time, folding all the way over the legs so that you come into your forward bend and stepping the feet back so you come into downward facing dog. Now in downward dog this time, we're going to keep the feet nice and wide. Drop the heels down to the left side, bend and stretch the knees a couple of times so you get that stretch down the right side, of the body. When you're ready, up onto tiptoes, heels to the opposite side, bend and stretch. When you're ready, coming back to the center, waving vinyasa. So either knees down or from the From the toes, dropping the hips to the heels, press off the toes, round through the spine. Open your chest when you're ready. Soft elbows, soft knees. And then coming back the opposite way. We'll maybe do one more of those. Dropping the hips to the heels, rounding through the spine. Opening the chest, soft elbows, soft knees. Create that sort of sense of pliability, strength. Rolling the opposite way. We're going to walk our feet all the way in to our standing forward bend. Breathe out if you need to. Soften the knees, roll up, pressing the feet down, rolling through the spine. If you're dizzy, hands straight to the center of the chest. If not, reach the arms up and bring the hands down to the center of the chest. Take a moment here to rest in Tadasana. Just feel the effects of your practice. Let me check the time. Lovely job. We have time for more. It's awesome. So this time we're going to come from Twisted Dancer into Warrior 3. And then we'll do it Twisted Dancer to Warrior 3, back to Twisted Dancer, back to chair. And then the second time we do it, we'll take Warrior 3 back foot to the floor and come into Warrior 2 for a little flow there as well. Okay? Smashing stuff. So from our standing Tadasana, breathing in, reaching the arms out and up, lifting through the chest, breathing out, hands to the center of the chest. Breathing in, reach the arms straight up, and as you breathe out, separate the hands and drop the shoulders down. Breathe in, open your chest by looking up ever so slightly, and breathe out, come into your chair pose. First, find your center and chair. Make sure you've got your pelvis in its neutral spot, firm in the belly, firm in that space between the shoulder blades. Take your weight onto your left foot. Lift your right knee, take your arms to cactus hands, and then twist the left elbow towards the right knee. The standing leg is also bent here. From here, we're going to reach the right leg backwards as we reach the arms forwards, or out to the side if you prefer. Firm in your buttocks, firm in your belly, firm in that space between the shoulder blades. We're going to come back to Twisted Dancer. So from the hip, wobbling as much as you need to, right knee to left elbow, and then back to chair pose in the center. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Transfer the weight onto the right foot. Turn with your cactus arms, right elbow to left knee, standing leg is also bent. From here, it's just a slow transition, touching your toes down if you need to, wobbling if you need to, reaching forward with the arms, backwards with the heel of the foot, firm in the buttocks, the belly, the space between the shoulder blades. And then coming back to your Twisted Dancer, cactus arms, soft standing leg, knee and elbow turn towards each other. Back to chair pose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Transfer the weight onto the left foot. Free the right knee. Cactus arms to twist your elbows. Lovely job, guys. I can see wonderful efforts on screen. This time, reaching forward into Warrior 3. And from your Warrior 3, step your right foot to the floor. Keep your upper body forward and then press through your front leg, turn to the long side of your mat, reach your arms wide. There's a bend in the front knee. We're in Warrior 2. Why not? Okay, we're going to breathe in, take the arms together over the head, lengthen the front leg. Breathe out, reach the arms apart, look over the middle finger of the left hand. One more time, breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. From here, let's reach the right arm forward and the left arm backwards. A retreating warrior. Firm this buttock, firm the belly. Breathing out, reach the arms the opposite way. We're not leaning on anything, we're reaching the arms around the center of the body. One more time backwards. Breathing in. Opening the left side of the body. Breathing out. Opening the right side of the body. Here, we're going to lengthen the left leg, turn the left toes in, so they're facing the long side of the mat, and reach the right hand to the left foot and the left hand up into the air. So we're twisting, and we're going to bend that left knee and lengthen the leg. So we do a little pulse here in our surfer twist. Surfer twist. Very good. And then from there, we're going to reach the left hand down, twist both feet back to the front of the mat, because I think it's easier. Both hands on the floor, step the left foot back to the right foot. You're in downward facing dog. Paddle the feet just a little bit. And then we're going to do a gentle waving vinyasa. So for anyone who wants a rest here, take child's pose now. Those who want to do a little bit more hips towards the heels, press off the toes to round forward through the spine, opening your chest. Soft elbows, soft knees, press back either up through plank, through hands and knees, or rounded back to downward facing dog. We'll do one more. For those who are resting in child's pose, we're just giving you a little bit of an extra breather. Hips towards the heels, rolling forward through the spine. Imagine you're dragging the heels of the hands backwards to open your chest, and then either rounding back the way or through plank or through hands and knees to downward facing dog. Then we're going to walk our feet all the way forward to our hands. Take a moment in our forward bend for a deep breath in, sigh out through your mouth if you need to. Those who are in child's pose, catching us up or joining us in standing. From here, bending the knees deeply, rolling through the spine, scooping the belly in, pressing the toes down, feet down even, reaching the arms up or taking the hands to namaste, drawing the hands down to the center of the chest. Let's do the whole thing to the other side, and then we'll be ready for our legs up the wall for sure. Okay, so from here, breathing in, reaching the arms out and up, firm belly, firm buttocks. Breathing out, hands to the center of the chest. Breathe in, reach the arms up, and as you breathe out, separate the hands and drop the shoulders down. Here, we're going to breathe in, open the chest, and breathe out, come into chair pose. Find, as you breathe, a little gentle sway of the pelvis, just to make sure you've got your neutral spine. Then from here, taking the weight onto the right foot, we're going to twist to the left and bring our arms into cactus hands. And from cactus hands, we're going to, from our twisted dancer, we're going to reach the arms forward and the left leg backwards as we come into warrior three. We're going to come back through twisted dancer, remember. So we're coming back into twisted dancer. Lovely job. And then placing the left foot down, coming back into our chair pose. We're just doing this left side. So we'll do that one more time and then step back into warrior two. So taking the weight onto the right foot, freeing the left knee to lift, soft in the right knee, twisting in our cactus arms into twisted dancer. From here, wobbling as much as you need to, coming into our warrior three pose, firm belly, firm buttocks, firm space between the shoulder blades, and then stepping back with the left foot to the floor. We're still reaching forward, but here we're going to press into that front leg and bring ourselves into warrior two, facing in the other direction. Apologies for having my back to you. Here we're breathing in, reaching the arms up, lengthening the front leg. Breathing out, bending the front knee and looking over the right fingertips. Breathing in and up. Breathing out, warrior two. From warrior two, reach the left hand forward and the right hand over the head to do retreating warrior, and then circle the arms around the body and lean over to the right. Let's do one more to each side. So leaning back the way, opening the right side of the body, leaning forward, legs remain the same, strong and steady, opening the left side of the body. From here, we're going to lengthen the right leg, turn in the right toes, and bring the left hand down to where the right foot is, or thereabouts. Reach the right hand up, And then bend and stretch that right leg. Very good. Squatting, twisted, surfer, all good. When you're ready, you can release your right hand down, turn your toes back to the front of the mat, hands onto the floor, step your right foot back to your left so you're in downward facing dog. Last downward dog of the day. And from here, doing anything in your down dog that feels good. Knees down, child's pose. Take the child's pose of your choice. You can release your hands down so that the hands are towards the feet. You can lie flat on your belly if you don't like child's pose, no problem at all. You can kneel if you prefer. You can leave the knees apart, the toes together, the arms over the head, whatever works for you. You can take your bolster and do a supported child's pose if you like. Whatever position you're in, try to let your belly relax, that space between your shoulder blades, your buttocks, your face, your chest. And if you need to, you can sigh out through your mouth. Whenever you're ready, coming into any comfortable seated or kneeling position. Well done, guys. So excellent work with our flow today. And we've done quite a slow build. So we prepared with lots and lots of hip action, movements to lengthen the sides, the front, the back of the body, and then move towards using that strength and that length to create comfort. And I don't know what the best word to say is, but there we are in our action. So we're going to, we're not going to fling stuff around. We're going to come to legs up the wall. So those of you who haven't got a wall handy, please use a sofa or a chair to rest your thighs on and allow your feet to fall wherever they are. You can bend your knees, of course. If you've got access to a wall, bring your block and your mat over to a wall. And I appreciate that I'm now really far away from the camera, so apologies for that. Hopefully the instructions will be sufficient. So I'm just going to move this a little bit out of the way, which hopefully will give you more opportunity to see. So coming really close to your wall, so close that the shoulder against the wall has to move a little bit out of the way. We're going to lie our torsos down and turn our legs to be up the wall. And here the block, we don't need it yet. So we're just taking our blocks and placing them somewhere that is helpful but out of the way, handy but out of the way. When you have your legs up the wall, your bottom doesn't need to touch the wall, but some people prefer that it does so that they feel the support. That contact allows the backs of their legs and their buttocks to relax just a little bit deeper. But if you feel strain in your back or your hamstrings to get that close, then be further away and also feel free to soften your knees. Reach your arms out away from your body. If it's comfortable, you can try reaching your arms over your head or anywhere in between. So making any sort of shape with your arms that allows your shoulders, elbows, wrists, and fingers to soften. Here, just allow the body to arrive in this inversion, this different orientation. Notice your body's response to the different parts that are on the floor. We spent a lot of time rolling around on the back of the body at the start of our class. And so that hopefully feels now very nice to come back to that position now. Take a moment to soften your face, to let go of tension around the jaw, the tongue, the shoulders. If you feel you've got something to let go of, sometimes a sigh out through the mouth can help. And then we return to our quieter nose breathing. So for anyone who's super comfortable in their legs up the wall pose, who would prefer just the opportunity to rest here for longer, you guys carry on. And if you want to, you can do a little shoulder stand variation with your block. So for this, placing your feet on the wall. Now, if you're on a sofa, that's okay. You can still use your sofa for support. To roll your hips up and place your block either on its lowest or middle setting behind the sacrum, and then lengthen your legs back up the wall. Check that you're steady. So check the bottom of your block is really stable into the floor, that the back of the pelvis feels really supported, that your body can be heavy and releasing down there. The legs can be softened, arms relaxed away from the body. I wouldn't necessarily recommend arms over the head, but if it suits you in this position, you can have a go for sure. Everybody who is holding a position here can wiggle their toes just to relax the feet. So you haven't put tension into the soles of the feet or into the calf muscles. And that means that when you now bring your toes to stillness and your feet remain relaxed, your legs remain relaxed, and the venous return in your legs, your circulatory system, has an opportunity to rest. The heart is resting as well because the blood pressure is reduced. Now we have our legs over our heads. Soften the features of your face and just take a few deep breaths here. Now, this is a very passive and restful form of the shoulder stand, but for anyone who would like to, you can take this into a fuller expression of the pose if you would like to. So it's totally optional. For that, you do need a wall, so don't do this from your sofa. If you press your feet into the wall, bring your elbows down by your side. So just like bridge pose we do, where we use the upper body, we're going to do that. We're going to press the elbows, upper arms and shoulders down to lift the chest away from the floor. Use a little bit of action into the heels and the back of the head to roll your hips up. Place your hands on the back of your body and then reach your legs a little bit higher up the wall. Now, for anyone who knows they're super comfortable here, you can bring your feet over your hips or away from the wall if you prefer. Whatever position you get into, just hold as you breathe, deeply softening the feet. And then if you're holding away from the wall, taking your opportunity to just gently release the feet back to the wall. And then everyone in the fuller expression of the shoulder stand can bend their knees, place the feet on the wall, free the arms away from the back. And if you're on the medium setting of your block, turn it to the lowest setting and allow your hips to come down onto the lowest setting of the block. Relaxing your arms out to the side, lengthening the legs a little, keeping the knees a bit soft, gently rolling your head from one side to the other, a couple of times in each direction, loosening off any tension at the back of the neck. Coming back to center, we're going to release the block completely from the back of the body. So again, placing the feet on the wall, bending the knees, rolling the hips up just enough to release the block out. The back of the pelvis comes down to the mat. And everybody just take a moment to feel. So as you do that, you feel almost complete contact with the back of the body and the floor. You can remain here for the rest of relaxation if you'd like to. I find a lot of legs up the wall isn't so restful by the end of relaxation for me. So I'm going to come into a different position. And of course, if you want to gather your blankets or anything like that for relaxation, you can. So if you need to come down away from the wall, just bending your knees in and rolling to one side, grabbing blankets and jumpers, whatever else you need. We might run over by just 2 minutes or so today. So if that means you need to leave earlier, you go for it. But remember to do relaxation some other way as well. So in your own time, you can come onto your back, bend your knees into your chest for a moment here, just making any movements that feel good, maybe a bit of circling of the knees, or you can have the feet on the floor and do a little sway of the knees from side to side, whatever works for you. If you'd like to, of course, you can support the backs of the knees with a bolster, some cushions, a rolled up blanket or towel. If you prefer, you can lengthen your legs along the mat. Allow the arms to release away from the body, the head to rest to the floor, palms are turned upwards, feet are apart. Close your eyes and bring your body to stillness in your most favored relaxation pose. Take a deep breath in, sigh out through your mouth. Repeat 3 more times. A deep breath in, let all of the effort of practice go. Deep breath in, let your muscles begin to relax. Last breath in, and surrender your weight down into your mat. Allow your breath to find its natural, spontaneous rhythm, falling into silence or stillness, quietness. Take your awareness into your forehead, feel it soften, the area between the eyebrows spreading, around the eyes relaxing, the tongue, the jaw releasing. Take your awareness to the back of your body and allow the whole of the back of the body to feel heavy, warm, supported, and releasing down. Move your awareness to the front of your body, becoming aware of the space over you, around you. the touch of air on your face, the sensation of space in the palms of the hands. Bring your awareness to your breath and just find a depth to your natural rhythm, so just slightly longer, slightly deeper, without tension. As you breathe in, breathing in all those positive things: energy, peace, balance, harmony, light. As you breathe out, letting go of anything you don't need, letting go of tension, fatigue, discomfort, conflict, worry. Breathing in light and energy. Breathing out disharmony, discomfort. Allowing your breath to fall in this rhythm for the remainder of your relaxation. Softening a little deeper with every exhalation. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back to your hands and your feet, moving your fingers, your toes, rolling your wrists and your ankles. When you feel ready, take a long, deep breath in, stretch the arms over your head. Maybe stretch the face of your arms. Stretch the body in any way that feels good. Maybe press your low back down. And in your own time, gather your knees in. Make any movements that feel good. Any rocking and rolling or simply hugging and containing is fine as well. Perhaps gently rolling your head from side to side. When you feel ready, keeping the eyes gently closed, just rolling to one side, taking a moment. And in your own time, coming into any comfortable seated position, resting your hands over the center of your chest. Take this moment to notice how your body feels now. To notice how your breath is moving. Maybe it's just slower, deeper, more relaxed. Give yourself that gratitude, that thankfulness for taking this time for yoga today. Little smile on the face, hands to namaste. Gently open your eyes. Sorry, I've been competing with the cockerels during relaxation. I hope they didn't disturb you too much. And thank you for joining this practice today. I hope you enjoyed it. See you again. Namaste.